Welcome. And actually, I did everything I wasn't supposed to do. My name is Butch Phillips. I'm the Ninja Paymaster. And we're going to talk today about why most digital marketers fail. Now, the reason for that might be different than what you think. The reason for that is not because their products aren't any good, it's because they're selling it wrong. I want to share with you a few steps. And this live is going to be a little bit shorter. And I'm using Restream, so I won't be able to see all the comments this time around. And we'll get it all set up so we can do that in the future. But this live is designed to help you help yourself. I'm going to show you how to fix, in just a few simple steps, why you may not have made any sales. You've been in digital marketing, you've been in network marketing, you've been in affiliate marketing, and you're not making any sales. Well, we're going to kind of share with you a little bit. Let me tell you a little bit about myself first before we get started. For 12 years of my life, I was in speech therapy. Went to speech class every day of school. Any word that had an SP in it, like specific, any word that had an ST in it, like start, any word that had an R in it or started with an R, that was really bad. So the name like Roy would come out Roy. But what I learned to do was to say the name that I heard other people say. I would say it in my brain and I heard it like they said it. And then I could mimic it and copy it. Now, we're talking about when I was in first, second, third, fourth, fifth, sixth grade. That was back in the 60s. Things may have changed by now. But here's the big thing that you've got to understand is the hardest thing that we have to do is talk. The hardest thing we have to do is share our story. Now, I'm going to share this brief live with you, and then I'm going to do another live this evening at about 6 p.m. Central Time. So that live at 6 p.m. Central Time tonight will actually be talking about how to craft those steps that I'm going to share with you here in just a minute. So what we're going to do is we're going to talk about you for just a minute. We're going to talk about you, why you're not selling anything, why you're not getting the marketing results. So here's the truth about digital marketing. Everybody says make $900 a day. They show these wins that are $3,000, $4,000, $5,000 a day. Make $100 a day. And you're sitting back and saying, I've been doing this for 6 months and I don't have any sales. I have 1 sale, 2 sale, maybe 4 or 5. And that's the issue, is finding out why. Because have you ever heard the old cliche, facts tell and stories sell? What does that mean? Well, if stories sell, how do I sell with a story? Nobody is out there telling you that, unless they want to charge you $200, $500, $1,000, $5,000, $10,000. And then they really don't teach you that secret. And the secret has been around hundreds, if not thousands of years. And I'll touch on that here in a minute, because actually that cliche goes all the way back to Neanderthal man. They told stories and pictographs on walls of rock. You say, wait a minute, Butch, what were they selling? Survival. That's what they were selling. That's what was important. So once I'm done with this little short video, I hope you'll join me for this evening because I've got some really exciting news I'm going to share tonight. Some really exciting news. I'm going to help you change your entire career in marketing, what you do, how you do it, and I'm not going to charge you one dime. You say, wait a minute, what do you get out of it? I get something out of it. Number one, it helps me focus on what I need to do. Number two, if I help enough other people get what they want, I'm going to get what I want. And thirdly, if I can help you become successful and you can help others become successful, ultimately that helps me because the entire industry changes. One of a friend, we've talked many times one-on-one, a gentleman by the name of Fraser Brooks. He's a legend in teaching network marketing on Facebook, TikTok, Instagram, a legend. Um, I wouldn't even want to guess how many zeros, if he's 8 or 9 0 income earner. But I know he's helped tens, if not hundreds of thousands of people. But I also know a lot of people have gone through his courses and nothing's changed. And he'll tell you that right up front because nothing changes until you change. You have to make the effort. You may have to make the time. You have to do the things to make sure that you change. So, like I say, at the end of this video, the video tonight with that exciting news. So don't miss tonight, right here, 6 p.m. Standard Time. Don't miss this news. It's going to be huge. The news will talk about a program starting on Monday. I'm going to tease you a little bit. But I'll promise you, if you show up tonight and in the future, it's not going to cost you a dime. I will not charge you for the information I'm going to give you. What I will do is I will show you the truth. And here's the real truth of what we're saying right now. Most digital marketers don't know what they're selling. They might know the product name. There's a whole bunch of people on TikTok Shop and Amazon Affiliate showing these great products, but they don't know how to communicate the benefits. You know, this is a great product. My dad would call it a clicker. Where's your clicker? It's right here. Well, this clicker will either help me take a picture, move a slide, or start a video on a camera. But there's 10,000 clickers on Amazon. Why do I need this one? That's what you got to show people is what the benefit is. The benefit of this is I don't have to worry about clicking a mouse or moving my slide or having it moving as a video or any of that. This can do that for me. All I have to do is put it on my finger like that and click it. That's it. So that's the benefit. And most people never talk about the benefit. Now, I started this off talking about $900 a day. And I talked about the legend, the ninja legend, ninja marketer legend. He has what he calls his whoop or poop form. I use it. I use it can talk to you about the benefits there. But here's the big thing that we want to make sure of, that we get the benefits out to people to make sure that we know what they're talking about, that we know what they want. That's why most people fail, is they don't know what the benefits are. That whoop or poop form, wish, outcome, objection, plan. Without it, you get the other hand, and we all know what that one is. But we all have wishes. I actually call them desires, because it has to be more than a wish. A wish is something we say, we wish on a star, we wish on a shooting star, we wish things were better, but we never do anything to make the change. So it's got to be a desire in here. It's got to be a desire on the heart. And that's the biggest thing that we have to do, is make that desire. So when we determine what our desires are, it's not $900 a month that we want. But what if you made an extra $900 in January? What would be the benefit for you? What would be the benefit of an extra $900? Bill paid? Trip? Maybe you get your daughter into dance classes, or your son into baseball or football or soccer. What's the benefit? What's the outcome? If you did that, what's the outcome? And do you want that benefit bad enough that you're willing to do what it takes to get it? That's a desire. And that's why most people fail. So how do you stand out? How do you make yourself stand out from everybody else saying, make $900 a day, make $500 a day, I'm a six-figure earner? Well, I'm going to tell you a little bit about myself. I started in social media marketing way back in the 90s. MySpace, a few others that come along. But I put a website up. Cost me thousands of dollars to have it built, to have it coded. In fact, tens of thousands of dollars. But what I did is I took a product called timeshares. And after my divorce, I was married for 15 years. I got served divorce papers when my daughter was marching on the football field of my hometown where I grew up, high school, with all whopping 50 kids in my class. But now my daughter's marching there with the band, and I got served while I was filming them because I took video of sports events for a local TV station. So what happens? Talk about getting your life uprooted. But after that, I knew that growing up as a kid, my dad took us on vacations. He drove a truck. He was an over-the-road truck driver, and he took us on vacations every summer. We weren't living on the farm full-time at that time. We had a farm. My grandparents had a farm. We weren't living on the farm. We were living in Oklahoma City and going to the city schools because he wanted us to get a better education. But every year he took 3 weeks off from truck driving, and he would put us, started in a 1965 Chevy pickup, that C10, single cab, mom, dad, and 8, 5, and 2-year-old in the front seat. I sat on a camp stool that was set up in the floorboard. It was about the same height as the seat. My youngest brother sat on mom's lap or beside her. My next youngest brother sat between dad and mom so that when he shifted gears with the lever, he wouldn't hit nobody. And then I sat on the camp stool. And we went to Yellowstone. The truck got attacked by a bear while we were in the campground. We went to see the presidents at Mount Rushmore and Devil's Eggs across the Badlands. And we went down into Colorado to see the Royal Gorge and to see the Garden of the Gods, and then come home and camping the whole time. In the back, Dad put a piece of cardboard across the back of the pickup, had a camper shell. We were ghetto. We were the cheap family. The people that went with us, the Birchfield family, had a son that was my age and a daughter that was my middle brother's age, so about 3 years apart. They had a cab over. They were rich. They had a cab over. But mom and dad would sleep underneath that plank of plywood on a foam mattress. And then my youngest brother and middle brother would sleep on the top of that board on a foam mattress covers. And then I slept up in the cab on the seat. And that's how we traveled those 3 weeks. The next summer, we went out to California. We did all of the tourist things in California, up through Idaho to see some of my mom's family, back over down again through the western side of Colorado, coming back down into Oklahoma. We did that for 3 weeks. 1966 in the desert, we went across the desert at night because we had no air conditioning in the truck. So why am I telling you this? Because that's my story. But in 1969, we moved to the farm full time because the education process in the city changed. And Dad didn't want us in that environment. So we went to a rural school. And we went out there. We now lived on the farm. We had hogs. We had cattle. We had horses. Yes, I'm a real cowboy. Yes, I've rode animals. Yes, I've done all that stuff. But when we lived on the farm, we now took care of the farm. We didn't pay somebody else to do that. We did it. So that means from 1969 until 1977, when I left to go into the military after college, we never went on vacation. We went to see my grandparents in Northwest Missouri in the summer, and I would go up and work the month of July on Grandpa's farm, helping hoe corn and soybeans and all of that, and then come back to our farm in time to start showing livestock in late August. But we didn't vacation anymore. Couldn't be gone. Had to take care of the animals. So I got married in 79, divorced in 94. My dream was always to go to Hawaii. That was my dream. I went to Hawaii and I stayed at a timeshare resort. Now, we already owned, I had bought a timeshare for a camper, and then we bought a timeshare in the early 80s out in Lake Tahoe. About 85, I guess it was, because we actually took our kids to go see their grandparents who lived in San Bernardino, or I'm sorry, I guess it was Bakersfield, just outside the mountains. It's been too many years ago. But so we had this timeshare. Didn't, know how to use it, but I learned. And then I learned that I could rent that out to somebody for more than it cost me on an annual basis, because you have to pay maintenance. But maintenance in those days was a couple $100, and I could rent it out to somebody to go to Tahoe for $500. So I started buying up ones that people didn't want. Got a lot, had a lot. At one point, I had almost 30 weeks in Hawaii that I could rent out. So I put them on a website, and then I would send people to that website, and they would book vacations with me. And I did that for a number of years, almost 25 years. But why I'm telling you that is, why did people rent from me and pay me? Is because one, I could sell a story about Hawaii. I just sold you a couple stories about being in the back end of a pickup and going and traveling with my parents and the memories, and I can show you pictures. But the great thing about that was the last time we went, when we went to the East Coast and got caught up in Hurricane David, and you can go back and look it up in Virginia. I think it was about 68, 67, 68 timeframe. But we had progressed to a cab over camper. So we had a lot of room. All three of us boys slept over the cab. Mom and dad slept down below. And we'd butt the trucks together, put a piece of wood between the two campers. The parents ate in one truck and the kids ate in the other truck. But here's what I'm doing. I'm sharing with you my dream, my activity, my story, and it may be building a desire for you to go travel. It may help you decide that, wow, I want to make that $900 to make those kind of memories with my kids. So you have to figure out how to stand out. You have to make sales, not talking about features and flashy promises, but you have to focus on the benefits, or what's called your unique selling proposition, your USP. And what is that for you? Now, maybe the benefit of your program, because in October, we also added digital marketing to our portfolio of businesses that we share with people. The reason why we did that is I've got about $25,000 in commission coming in 2026 from my travel sales that my wife's made, and from the business that I have selling travel agencies and training people how to be a travel agent. But I don't get paid on her sales, the travel sales, and for 60 to 90 days after the date of travel. So that means we don't get paid that money until 2026. So we were looking to add an income because we're short on retirement. We need to make more money for retirement. We're retired, both of us. I've been retired officially from the resort business for 5 years, soon to be 6. Well, I guess actually this is 2025. So in March of this year, it'll be 6 years. My wife has been retired for about 18 months. So we need to make an income that comes in monthly right now. Takes the cushion, helps take the pressure off, helps take all of that. The benefit of that is we can go travel more. I can go on a cruise ship more. I can go to Hawaii more often. Hawaii is still a favorite spot of mine. Still a favorite spot. But you've got to highlight a unique feature of your program that talks about benefits. If you're not talking about a benefit, then you're not going to be successful. Let me share with you what I mean. A feature of the digital marketing program that we offer is you pay a cost one time, fairly inexpensive, 4 different levels you can start at. But for that cost, you're going to get a program that is about 95% done for you. Now, why is that a benefit? Because most people don't know how to build a funnel. They'll sign up for a funnels course and they don't even know what the tech is to click the buttons or find the buttons they need to click and press to do the copying and pasting. So nothing ever happens. It's too scary. So the feature is this program has done for you funnels. The benefit to you is you don't have to do that. You don't have to learn code or HTML, or you don't have to learn how to connect all of the dots. It's done for you. It's 95% complete. If you want it 99%, then you can actually sign up for the tech department of our program, and for less than $200, they will do the remaining tech work for you. All you have to do is name your business. So what's the benefit to you? You're up and running in 2 to 4 days. You don't have to stress over it. You don't have to worry about it. You don't have to explain it to nobody else. All of a sudden now you have the ability to be talking to people just like I'm talking to you. Now, while you're doing that, we've been running about 20 minutes here. Those of you with me, put in the chat where you're from. Put in the chat why are you here? What are you looking to get out of this? Now, granted, I won't be able to see it until after we get done, but I will pull that out and we will take a look-see and see how we can do that. Okay, and we'll be ready for that this evening. Restream has changed up some of their processes, a new dashboard, so I've got to relearn it. So, but that's it. Basically, when I tell my story, I'm going to talk about how you set your business up once and you're done. Because all the other courses you buy, all the other programs you buy, all the other things you buy, you have to struggle with doing the tech yourself. It says, oh, we'll show you how. And most people never do because their fear is, I can't do this right. Look at all this stuff. Now, if you want it 95%, we have step-by-step videos that are point, click, do this. So your funnel is up and running in 2 or 3 days. Can be as little as 4 hours if you want to do that. But for most people, the problem is they don't have the tech skills of even how to use a computer. A lot of people don't understand email. Automated email is done. I could never do that. That's the biggest problem. And then they get online, they start going on social media, and they're told, post this. Talk about $900 a day. Talk about the wins. Talk about all of this stuff. Well, that's all you hear. Everybody talks about that. Your leverage is find the feature that nobody else has. Talk about the benefit to the person you're talking to. Doesn't matter the benefit to you. The benefit for the person, they say, oh, I'm not a tech person. Awesome. How would you like to pick the name of your business and everything is set up for you? Well, yeah, Butch, that would be easy. Now, that's what you want to sell to somebody. Actually, I worked for a major resort company that starts with a W. They are the world's largest resort company in the world, selling that evil product called timeshare. Because back in 2005, they hired me to train their salespeople on why people should vacation. And then I ended up going to work with them full time. And I made a 6-figure income selling people products that cost 10, 20, 50, 100, in some cases, $300,000 or $400,000. And you say, well, those are horrible. You're right. If you don't use them, they're horrible. If you buy a course to sell a course that you don't use, that's horrible. If you buy a product that lets you take your family on vacation and watch your daughter get married on the beaches at Los Cabos or Cancun or Hawaii or Thailand or wherever, what's the value of that? I challenge you, put a value on it. You can't. It's priceless. It's a memory. You see how I took one product, it was horrible and fantastic. All you have to do is find out how that it can be fantastic for the person you're talking to. Now, most beginners with a social media business spend weeks, if not months, on setup, never make a sale. They get frustrated and they quit. And then 90 days later, a new shiny squirrel comes running through and they, let's do it again. It doesn't work. Didn't work. Doesn't work. Won't work. Because you got to learn the basics. Quit selling. I never sold a single timeshare, but I made a 6-figure income by helping people get the benefits they wanted. Ultimately, I was about 1 in 4. So that means 3 people told me no, 1 told me yes. Successful. So what you've got to do is find the benefits for people, the benefits for you, but then you got to dig a little bit deeper and you got to find the problem of the problem. And what do I mean by that? That's real simple. The problem is they don't know how to use tech. They don't know how to do anything. So they get frustrated and quit. So the real problem is they didn't have anybody that would share with them how to do what the program required to get started. How many times have you bought a car from a car salesman who told you, I'll be here for you. If you need service, you need anything, I'll be here for you. And you go back and he won't talk to you, won't even bring you a cup of coffee. You can't get your car into service. Well, it's not his job. His job was to sell you the car. The mechanic's job is to change the oil. If the mechanic came out to sell you the car, you probably wouldn't buy the car. And if you took your car into the salesman to get your oil changed, the problem is going to be you might not have oil in the engine when you left. So really, you see, it's a matter of what are you doing? It's a matter of what you are doing. So for our program, our mentorship program, you get automated funnels, you get automated sales systems that set up in hours, point and click, and somebody to walk you through scheduled, regular tech sessions, already scheduled. You go in, raise your hand, tech stays there to answer everybody's questions, or you let them do it for you, and it costs you a couple $100 more. So what's the benefit? Well, number one, you own your own business, but what's the benefit of the benefit? You own a business now that you'll make sales faster. You'll gain confidence that you're able to do this, and you'll stop spinning your wheels. But the most important thing through the mentoring process, you're going to learn how to quit selling, start sharing the benefit. And when people choose the benefit, they're purchasing you and then your program. Now, you may be saying, Butch, you've been talking here for 35 minutes. You're right. We have a free chat, a free Zoom call. We do 2, 3, 4 chats a day that you can go up to my bio of my TikTok channel or the YouTube channel, and there's a link tree URL up there, and you can click on that link tree. The top one talks about our digital marketing business. The second one talks about scheduling your own 15-minute free Zoom chat to talk about what business might be right for you. No sales, no pressure. We answer your questions. We give you the information. And if you say, we would like to do this and get signed up, then I'm going to say, great, click that first button. That's it. That's it. But what I'll do is I will help you to stop struggling. I'll be happy to answer your questions about your struggle. Now, tonight, when we go live, I'm going to talk about a way that once you're involved with us, or if you're involved in another business, listen to me here. If you're involved with another business and you want to help make your business better, then you need to be here tonight. If you know somebody in network marketing, be here tonight. Now you're saying, Butch, you're not giving me much a call to action. I just told you the call to action. Now, if you want to put ready in the chat box, I'll send you the Zoom link. If you want to start with the business or look at it, put start. I'll send you that link. But I would prefer you to be there tonight and hear what's coming. So that's it. One key benefit that I'm going to talk about tonight is you. Period. It's you. And I'm going to do that, and I'm going to make you some offers that you'll never see anywhere else, hardly. And I'll answer those questions that you have about making that extra income. I'll teach you how to be a better marketer today. And if you want to dive deeper, if you want to see how the program will help you, if you want to see how you can learn and tell a story, then I'll see you on the inside tonight. 6 p.m. Central Time, right back here. If you can't be here at 6 o'clock, send me a message, go on to my link tree, book that free chat, and we can talk one-on-one. But the big thing is stop selling features. Start selling results. Results will launch you into the stratosphere. We have a 6-step framework to help your digital product stand out, to help you to win. You go into that link tree, you can sign up for that Zoom chat to find out what's coming on Monday. I'll tell you today or over the weekend. You can go sign up for that 15 minutes. So that's where we're at, folks. Most people fail because they struggle because they don't sell the real value of their product. This clicker, I don't need it to do a PowerPoint presentation. It makes it easier when I have it. That's the benefit. Tonight, we'll talk about that 6-step framework. Tonight, we'll talk about unique selling propositions. Tonight, we're going to help you stand out. We're going to help you connect with your audience, make more sales, plus how to get free access to my 15-minute free Zoom chat to learn how to be a better marketer in the business you may be in. And that's all in my bio. That link tree is in my bio. I challenge you to be here tonight at 6 p.m. or go to my link tree in the bio and set up your own chat. I have 3 or 4 of them a day. When those go away, they're gone. So book them quick. Once they're booked, I don't sit on Zoom all day long. I do a couple in the morning, a couple in the afternoon, and maybe one a day in the evening, because my time's with my wife. She's sitting in the other room right now. I'm not spending time with her. I love her. I like you guys. So I'll see you tonight. Remember, my name is Butch Phillips, the Ninja Paymaster, and I'm here to help you help others. Have a great day. We'll see you soon.